Okay, so there's the pan out. Doesn't look too bad. Along here, I'm just going to clean this all up, and I don't know what kind of seal that was, whether that was a Felpro or it's kind of metal there. Maybe that was a factory seal. Maybe it's never been out. I really don't know. Unfortunately, the person I bought it off of bought it new, drove it for 32 years, and then sold it to me. So, but he didn't keep any binders or anything like most of us would have. But it's not bent or anything, so you just have to be patient getting this stuff out, because if you start reefing on it, you will bend it, and then you'll be looking at a new oil pan. So what I did to get that out is, after I got all the fasteners off, I started with where are we now? I started with a very thin screwdriver, and then there's my weapons there. So I started with that real thin screwdriver there, prying it a bit. Then I went up to the next one, and then the next one, and then I got the big bruiser out. Really didn't have to hammer it too much, just a few taps. So again, the thing is when you're doing this stuff, is you just have to be patient and take your time. If you get all wound up, you're going to bend stuff and you're going to break stuff, and then you're not going to be a happy camper. So I'm going to get a one-piece gasket for this, and so I'll go ahead. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put the timing cover on, and then I'm going to buy the one-piece Felpro gasket, and it has those new things that you screw into the block, and you can set the gasket up there. They call them snap-ups. That's what they call them. So I'm going to try using those, and we'll see what happens, but that's next on the agenda. Later. So there's the oil pan all cleaned up. I just used a fine wire wheel on my drill and lots of brake cleaner. Cleaned all the crap I could get out of it. And she's all ready to install. I'm happy with how it came out, and waiting on the Felpro gasket, and then I'll be getting the bottom all cleaned off. I'm not looking forward to that because there's just no room under that car. Anyway, I'm only doing this once, so best to use good quality parts, and also best to make sure your stuff is clean. And if you see anything popped up, you're going to have to go around and tap it with a punch back down. These are all really pretty good. Maybe there's two. Someone was over tightening at one point, but for the most part they look pretty good. So I will get a level on there and see if there's any that are too bad, and then what you can do is just get a piece of wood underneath there and just take another piece of wood and take your hammer and tap it and flatten it down. But I don't know that these are bad enough to have to do that. So more later, but that's what you want. Clean it up. Bye now.